Me and Robert's out today. We've got another Glasgow Bros Visits video to make, so we've got a wee surprise for you. This should be quite good. Not a lot of people know about this, which is ridiculous. So hope you enjoy. We're just still got another 15-minute walk. We'll switch to the next bit. How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Glasgow Bros Visits, and we've got a wee surprise for you. This is something that we never heard of until recently, and we think it should be spoken about a lot more.
It is here at this monument that Wallace stayed in a nearby barn until he was captured by the English in 1305. After he was betrayed by Sir John Menteith. The site of the barn has been marked by a memorial cross and is a few hundred yards from the well. A 20 feet high Celtic cross marks the spot where the act of treachery took place. Until a few years ago, it stood at the edge of a farmer's field next to Lumloch Road. Now a housing development has encroached on the site. The story goes that a Scottish nobleman, Sir John de Menteith, who was loyal to Wallace's foe King Edward L., was tipped off by the owner of the farmer Rab Ray, or Ra, that the great patriot was in their midst. Menteith unhesitatingly betrayed him. Wallace's companion Curly was killed in the scuffle, and Wallace was captured. Ray later gave his name to the area. Rab Ray's tune became Robroyston. The statue has a plaque with an inscription in Latin which translates as, "I tell you the truth. The best of all things is freedom, never son. Live under the bonds of slavery." There are 3 other inscriptions on the faces of the monument. One reads, "Who dared to nobly stem tyrannic pride or nobly die burns." Another states, "We are not here to sue for peace, but to fight for the freedom of our country, Wallace at Stirling Bridge." And facing the road is the inscription. This memorial, erected 1900 AD by public subscription, is to mark the site of the house in which the hero of Scotland was basely betrayed and captured about midnight on August 5th. 1305, when alone with his faithful friend and co-patriot Curly, who was slain. Wallace's heroic patriotism, as conspicuous in his death as in his life, so roused and inspired his country that within 9 years of his betrayal, the work of his life was crowned with victory and Scotland's independence regained on the field of Bannockburn. In the year that Scotland votes on independence, perhaps Robroyston's connection with Wallace will emerge from the shadows of history. Some quotes by Wallace. "As governor of my country, I have been an enemy to its enemies. I have slain the English. I have mortally opposed the English king. I have stormed and taken the towns and castles which he unjustly claimed as his own. Everyone dies, but not everyone lives. Freedom is best, I tell thee true, of all things to be won. Then never live within the bond of slavery. We come here with no peaceful intent, but ready for battle, determined to avenge our wrongs and set our country free."
So I hope you enjoyed that. That was something a bit different. Everybody loves William Wallace, and I feel as if there's a lot of people that wouldn't know about that. So we thought we'd do a wee video on it. So we hope you enjoyed. And right, jumped into the well.
The Wallace Well was statutorily listed as a protected property in 1970. Historic Scotland deleted the site from a list of protected properties in March 1993. Historic Scotland says that the well was delisted after a change of criteria, and it was decided that the site was of insufficient interest to warrant protection. For centuries, people have called the site Wallace's Well. Despite historians' certainty that Wallace spent some of his last moments as a free man drinking from the spring, They say that Wallace's connection to the site is unsubstantiated in documentary evidence. Even though the most respected historians throughout centuries of written documentation are in agreement that it is more probable than possible that William Wallace took his last drink as a free man at the spring, it would seem that the views of these experts is not enough proof to protect the site. Since Wallace's well was deleted from Historic Scotland's list of protected monuments, it has come under threat from housing put up by a northeast developer. More than 800 houses have already been built in the development close to the site. The Society of William Wallace said that the well at Robroyston, Glasgow, was one of only a handful of remaining sites directly associated with Scotland's great hero. The Society's vice-chairman, Duncan Fenton, said, "Only in Scotland could an historic site like Wallace Well be allowed to come under threat."
I hope you all appreciate this video, because me and the boy got lost. And it's taken, we've been walking for about 40 minutes, just trying to find this Asda.
Guys,
So, you better like this video and share it and follow us and everything.
guys, we were kind of dumb because after we went to the William Wallace moment, we wanted to see the well, right? And then we walked like a full go down like circle, half a circle to get it.
We walked right past it.
But it's actually a straight line route. So we were like, so half an hour. We went doing this right halfway. It's like an extra hour and a half or something. 40 minutes. Just to see a little well, what it says.
I said, better get this video, get the Glasgow Bros Visit channel blew up. Because this video's took us all in from we left to probably about, so far about 2.5 hours.
I am William Wallace.
William Wallace is 7 feet tall.
Yes, I've heard. Kills men by the hundred. And if he were here, he'd consume the English with fireballs from his eyes and bolts of lightning from his arse. I am William Wallace. And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight? Fight against that? No! We will run! And we will live. Aye. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?